Well, it's first of all, it's the greatest time of the year. We got the fall cross country season, and we're going to go everything from the heat and humidity of right now to potentially rain, mud, and snow at the national championship in November. So we're excited. We're jacked up and ready to go, and the kids are training really hard, and it's my favorite time of the year. So you can see I'm pretty pumped about that. Expectations-wise, it's very similar on the men's side to what it's been the last 4 or 5 years. Our standard has been in the last 5 years that national qualifying, national appearance, which is top 30 in the country, is something that we have to do every year. We've been in the top 23 the last 4 years, and been usually in the hunt to win the ACC. We've been second 4 times. We've been second in the regional 3 or 4 times, so we've been right there. But I think, honestly, we're only thinking about one meet, which is a national championship, and top 10 is something we haven't achieved. Way out there on the ultimate goal is the 1982 team that finished 8th in the country. Harvey, Larry Green, some of the greats of our program, and those are some heights that we're looking to get to, and just maybe if we pull it together, we can get there.
Do you find that some of the success that you've had with your track and field program is bringing in some of the top-notch recruits into your cross-country program as well?
Absolutely. We've had, obviously a lot of success with the 3 national championships on the men's track and field side. And we do see that the distance to cross-country kids are now saying, hey, and they run both seasons. They don't just run cross-country, they run track. And we really push that as a coaching staff, that we're not a one-season distance runner. We want our kids to get better each season and to score in the national championships in track, as our kids have, and Coach Harvey's as well. Mike Fout comes to mind, and Mike was the national high school champion last year at the Foot Locker Nationals. And I really believe that us being a national champion track team really helped us get Mike Fout. I've talked to Mike about being the guy that can make our distance team as dominant as our track team. He can be the Walter Dix of our cross-country program. So, it's carried over. Matt Leader, a guy we got last year, was the top Canadian runner. He finished in the top 30 in the World Junior Championship, which if you take out the Ethiopians and Kenyans, he's probably top 5, so that's pretty impressive. So we've had some good, really young, talented guys, and and more talent than I've had in my 25, 26 years of coaching. So probably has a lot to do with our track team.
As far as Fout being the next Walter Dix, what are your other team goals?
Well, again, if we're in that top 20, that's where we should at least be, and we're shooting for the top 10 at nationals, and maybe we're going to be in the mix for the ACC title. I don't know. It's a little early. We're in a sport where it's all about timing, and you're going to run 2 10,000-meter races under tough conditions in 9 days' time. So it's really about hitting it on the day, and everything that you've done throughout the year, as long as you're on the starting line as one of 31 teams, that's the only result that really matters in the whole year. It makes us so much different than other sports. But yeah, Mike Fout is a big part of that top 5 that's going to be it's an elite top 5, very, very talented top 5. Luke Gunn, our senior, who's All-American and school record holder in indoor 3,000, All-American in the steeplechase. Luke is a guy that we think will be an All-American. 5th-year senior Steve Gabart, who's done really, really well for us. Matt Leader, the young Canadian, who will be a sophomore. Daniel Roberts, who's a 2-time high school All-American, who's now a junior, who was last year a transfer, first-year athlete for us. And, of course, Mike Fout. And that's kind of our top 5 that have a talent difference probably from the rest of the guys. But the other guys have done a phenomenal job, and we've got a really good chase pack this year. So if we're going to realize some of those goals of being maybe a top 10 team, we've got to have some of those other guys emerge, and I see a lot of that happening already. Justin Harbour, a great high school runner and has been injured for a couple of years, looks really, really good. Trey Andrews had a great track season. He's a 4th-year junior, really, really doing some good stuff. Nick Sunseri, and also a guy named Jason Lakritz, a walk-on kid that's just fought his way to the top. So we've got a nice chase pack in there, which will give us more depth than we've had since I've been the coach here.
But you got a brand new facility this year for your cross-country team. How's that going to improve not only how your team is going to perform on the field of competition, but also in terms of being able to bring in some more elite talent with that brand new facility?
Yeah, I mean, obviously our home for track and cross country is the new track and field building, and the locker room and the team room and the opportunity to have video rooms and all that great stuff is just, it really is bells and whistles to a young kid coming on our campus. But I think one of the great things that we've had, and we've just now starting to promote it, is all the wonderful trails we have here in Tallahassee. We're one of the best running trail systems in the United States. We're right there with Boulder and Eugene, Oregon, and the elite runners throughout the world are coming here to train in the winter particularly. And we have some year-round world-class runners, not the least which is Karen's husband, Kevin Sullivan. So some really, really great athletes coming to an unbelievable place to train, both with the track facility and all the sports medicine right on site and all the great stuff we have with the track building, and then the wonderful trails that we're on, virtually every day in cross country.
The national rankings come out on Monday. What are your thoughts on that?
I think we'll be probably in that top 30 or so and work our way up. We're probably a little bit of an unknown commodity to a lot of folks because they don't know what Mike Fout's going to do. Is he going to be, as good in college as he is in high school? That's a tough transition. They don't know a lot about our depth of our kids that are doing. We've never been deep, and now all of a sudden we've got all these new names that early in the season are stepping out. And, of course, they probably don't know about Luke Gunn coming back. So we've got a lot of, variables there that really can make us a great end-of-the-year team. So I don't think we'll get ranked really high to start, and then we'll move through. And, again, the end of the season is what it's all about.